so this is a quote I like, and it says, "Traveling, it makes you speechless, then it turns you into a storyteller." So today I'm here to tell you guys a little bit about my story over the summer. All right, so I have a question for you guys. So when you look at me, what do you see? What do you see? Beautiful girl. Thanks, Lindsay. A student, okay.
I can tell you're from South America.
Okay. All right, so you're right. I am from South America. I am from Brazil, but I have grandparents and great-grandparents from Russia and Poland. So just a little story about how my family ended up in Brazil. So when my great-grandfather was 18 years old in 1927, he was escaping war, and he got on a ship and wanted to go to the Americas, but he went off in the wrong Americas and went to South America instead. So I'm really glad he did, because today my family, everyone's there. Okay. So I'm going to talk about my experience in Israel this summer. So this is right when you arrive at the airport. It says, "Welcome to Israel." And I had already been to Israel before, but this was the first time that I was actually there for a long time, so for 2 months on my own. So whenever I see that when I go to the airport, like my heart stops, because I'm really, really happy every time. And this is a picture of Jerusalem, and this is one of the reasons why I love Israel so much, is because of the diversity. So there's like 3 main religions here, so it's Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, all in one place, amongst others. So, all right, so as I said, here's my experience in Israel. And I want to tell you guys that I was part of a marketing program, so it was called Onward Marketing and Communications. So the way I ended up doing this, it was actually because of my cousin. He told me he was going on an engineering program, and we're really close, and he told me, "Go check to see if there's like marketing, something you can do so we can be there in Israel together." I was like, "Oh, okay, let me try." And then I saw that there was a marketing one, so I applied. And then they placed me in the best city. They put me in Tel Aviv. So it's not the capital, but it's the economic capital, and everything there is just amazing. So I would work during the day at this non-profit organization called Gvahim, which is, they have a thing called Aliyah, which is for people that want to get Israeli citizenship. Anyone can do it. So you go there, and they have programs for you. They help you find jobs. If you want to start your own startup, they give you like mentorships and tools, and it's amazing. So I would go to my internship from 9 to 5, and then I'd go straight to the beach after work. So that was amazing. Can't complain.
That's a really big chair.
Yeah, I know. So here's just some pictures of Israel. So here is the Western Wall. So it's a very famous wall that a lot of people from all over the world go and pray over there. And it's a very intense feeling once you're there. And that's one of my favorite moments of this trip, is that one day I just felt like going to Jerusalem by myself. My boss gave me a day off. I just took the bus in the morning by myself and just went, because I was like, I can't come to Israel and not go to the wall. I mean, I've been there before with my family, but I wanted to go this time as well. So I went by myself for the first time, and I just pulled a chair and sat down in front for a few minutes and just like absorbed that energy. And it was amazing. It was like one of the moments that stood out to me the most. Here I have pictures of friends I've made that I know are gonna be my friends forever. So I'm really thankful for that. Sunsets on the beach, and that's my cousin. All right, so I just want to talk a little bit about the power of you. So last semester, at the end of the semester, the semester itself was a little challenging. So this trip came in a perfect time for me. I needed that. And in class, we watched a TED Talk and from Brené Brown, and she talks about vulnerability. And she says that the credit goes to the one in the arena. And I love that. That really stood out to me, because a lot of times, people only judge you for the results and not what got you there. And we do that as well. If we don't accomplish something, or if it's not the way we want it to be, we won't give ourselves credit, but we need to. And it's important to be vulnerable, and some people think that's not good, but I have to say that in my moments of vulnerability is when I had learned the most about myself. So that was me this summer. I remember I was in Israel, they speak Hebrew over there. I spoke 0 Hebrew. And I got the wrong bus once, ended up in the wrong city. And here I am, you know, so you do it wrong once, you do it wrong the second time, and then eventually you get it right, you know, so be vulnerable and learn. And I learned balance, I got confidence, self-reassurance. So something else that I learned there is that we have to stop being so concerned with time. All the time here, you know, we're always competing. It seems like we're in a constant like competition against other students, other people. And in Israel, when you're 18, everyone goes to the army, guys and girls. So I was there, I'm 20. I was in my third year of school, and they're like in the army still. So it seems like we're kids compared to them. They know so much, and they're only 20. And by the time they're 21, I mean, I still feel like a kid, and they've been through so much at the age of 21. And after that, they travel the world, and then they go back, and then they start thinking about school. So they're in no rush. And here, I feel like we're in a constant rush. You go out of school, and then you have to go straight to college, and then you have to have this internship. And if you don't have it, you're not as competitive. But it does not have to be that way, you know. I learned that we can go one day at a time, and it's okay, because the things will come eventually, but you don't have to rush them. So I believe that we are enough, you know, we are all enough, and we're all capable, and we can all do it eventually. And one thing is that I asked my brother for motivation for this presentation, and he sent me this video. And something that stood out to me said, it's not about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. And I think that's important in trips, because sometimes we feel a little lost, and so we explore, and that's okay. But I don't think you're finding yourself, you're creating yourself, because when you travel, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining culture, experience, and then you find yourself. So, and the point of my presentation is that a lot of times we're temporary, right? And I've been thinking about this too much, because I'm an international student from Brazil, so I knew I was going to be here for a limited amount of time. I was there in the summer in Israel. I knew I was going to be there for a limited amount of time. So everything for me now seems that it's temporary, and it's sad for me to think that, because I keep thinking, what is going to happen to like everyone that I met? Where are we going to end up? But the important thing that I've realized is that it does not have to be temporary, you know? You can get that experience that you had, and even though the experience is over and the moment is over, you still have everything you learned, and you can take it with you. And so if there's any, I'm sure a lot of people have felt like temporary in certain places, so you can get that feeling of temporary, and you can make that last. You can get the experience and everything you've learned and take it and apply it to other things, which is what I've been doing. And when I got here, I even felt a little out of place, because, I don't know, summer was just too good. And my friend told me, she was like, Isa, just make East Lansing your Israel. And I was like, wow, that was like life-changing for me. And so I'm trying to get the Isa from Israel and apply it to here, you know? And I spoke to Liz, who's my coach in this presentation, and we agreed that the reason why I was so sad to leave Israel, it was not because, oh, okay, summer's over and I'm going back to school. It was because I was afraid of leaving the Isabella in Israel, you know? And that was a different me. I mean, I was still Isabella, but I was just more adventurous, and I just lived one day at a time, and that's something I want to do here, and that's what I've been doing so far. So, Toda Rabah means thank you in Hebrew, so thank you everyone for watching my presentation.